Alexander the Great, a name that still echoes through history, through ancient ruins, and through the minds of every conqueror that came after him. But who was he really? Was he a military genius? A visionary king? Or simply a young man obsessed with glory? In today's video, we'll journey through the life of one of the most fascinating figures in world history. From his early days in Macedonia to building the largest empire the world had ever seen, and the mysterious circumstances of his untimely death. And at the end, we'll explore how his legacy lives on, in games, in films, and in one powerful quote that still inspires to this day. Alexander was born in 356 BC in Pella, the capital of Macedonia. His father was King Philip II, a brilliant military strategist who had unified most of Greece under Macedonian rule. His mother, Olympias, was a proud and ambitious woman with strong religious beliefs and dreams of greatness for her son. From the moment of his birth, legends surrounded him. It was said that on the night of Alexander's birth, the temple of Artemis at Ephesus burned down, a sign, some believed, that a god had entered the world. Unlike many future kings, Alexander wasn't just taught how to fight. He was taught how to think. His tutor was none other than Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers in human history. Under Aristotle, Alexander studied philosophy, ethics, logic, science, and politics. He learned about Homer's epics, especially the story of Achilles, a hero he admired and tried to emulate his entire life. But his education wasn't just academic. His father ensured that Alexander joined military campaigns from a young age, where he learned leadership, discipline, and the brutal reality of war. In 336 BC, Philip II was assassinated under mysterious circumstances. At just 20 years old, Alexander became king. Despite his youth, he quickly crushed rebellions and re-established Macedonian control over Greece. Then, he set his sights eastward, toward the vast Persian Empire. Many thought he would fail. But Alexander was not like other rulers. He believed he was destined for greatness, perhaps even divine. Alexander crossed into Asia with a small but highly trained army of about 35,000 soldiers. His first major battle came at the river Granicus in 334 BC, a stunning victory. Then came the legendary Battle of Issus in 333 BC. Though outnumbered, Alexander personally led the charge and defeated the much larger Persian army under King Darius III. It was here that Alexander's legend truly began. He continued south, liberating Egypt, where he was hailed as a god. There he founded the city of Alexandria, one of the most influential cities of the ancient world. Then came the decisive Battle of Gaugamela in 331 BC. Alexander faced the full might of Persia and won. Darius fled and was later killed by his own men. Alexander was now ruler of the Persian Empire, but Alexander wasn't done. He continued eastward, pushing into modern-day Afghanistan and Pakistan, then into India. In 326 BC, at the Battle of the Hydaspes River, Alexander faced King Porus, a brave and noble opponent. The battle was fierce, but Alexander emerged victorious once again. However, his army had reached its limits. Exhausted, and longing to return home, they refused to go further. Alexander had to turn back. In 323 BC, just before his 33rd birthday, Alexander died in the palace of Nebuchadnezzar II in Babylon. The cause? No one knows for sure. Some say it was malaria or typhoid fever. Others whisper of poisoning. There are even theories about autoimmune disease or chronic alcohol abuse. His body never decayed, or so the legends say, and his tomb remains lost to this day. Though his empire crumbled soon after his death, Alexander's impact endured for centuries. He spread Greek language, culture, and ideas across 3 continents. The Hellenistic era that followed saw the rise of science, philosophy, and art that shaped the world for generations. Cities like Alexandria in Egypt became global centers of learning, and Alexander himself became a symbol of ambition, courage, and the cost of greatness. Alexander the Great's story continues to fascinate the modern world, especially in film and video games. Here are some of the most notable appearances. Movies: Alexander, 2004, directed by Oliver Stone, starring Colin Farrell. A sweeping epic of his conquests, rise, and downfall. Troy, 2004. While not directly about Alexander, this film captures the mythological spirit that inspired him, especially through the character of Achilles. Games: Age of Empires. Definitive Edition. Command Alexander's armies in a series of historical campaigns. Total War. Rome Tutu. Rise of the Republic. Experience large-scale strategy inspired by his military tactics. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Explore ancient Greece during a time deeply influenced by Alexander's legacy. Civilization 6. Play as Alexander the Great, expand your empire, and aim for global domination. Alexander the Great wasn't just a conqueror, he was a force of nature. He changed the course of history before most people finish college. His ambition knew no boundaries, and his dream of uniting the world under one vision remains one of the boldest in history.